Hello, guys, and we are here for some awesome game day bingo. Super excited to be here with you guys live as we're going to be streaming to those Pilot TVs, Player Connect app, pilotgames.com/PilotTV, YouTube Live, as well as the Twitch app. Our channel name is MegaSota on both YouTube Live and Twitch. So hopefully you guys are checking out those streams, sending out some messages as we will shoot you out some luck as you get on after some of these great games that we have right here in front of us.
Absolutely. So stick around and tune in wherever it is convenient for you as we will be streaming to you live directly on those great Pilot TVs, all over those Pilot Player Connect apps, pilotgames.com/PilotTV as well. Even on YouTube and Twitch, our channel names are MegaSota. Go check us out wherever it is convenient for you.
Yeah.
Did you already highlight it?
Yeah.
I thought you didn't say it. That's why I did. Well, so good. We got to tell it twice.
Yeah, it was almost directly right after I finished saying
Oh,
it.
I was locked in.
You said it. Well, you know,
It's a good thing it's a Friday.
It is. We have a little bit of Friday brain going on right now, but
Friday brain.
Friday brain. That's a good way of putting it. As we do have some great jackpot prizes in front of us. We got the $4,546 major prize, 52 balls or less, meaning that minor jackpot is not available at $128. We also got the must-go prize of $17 and the mega jackpot at $11,839, 46 balls or less. As we get after it in this great match, we would like to highlight some of our awesome winners from yesterday, as well as give a quick shout out to our jackpot count.
That's right, as over the last season 16, we've been able to give out a total of 328 different jackpots. Over the last 7 days, we've given out about 18 different jackpots. And just yesterday, on that awesome Thursday, we gave out 3 great jackpot prizes to some very lucky players. Our first 2 was actually a split win, as we had an over $8,000 major jackpot prize, getting split up between 2 awesome players, Zippy23 over at the Hidden Pines Bar and Grill, as well as JC Masonry over at the Geneva Bar and Grill, as they each got to take home a great portion of that prize. About $4,182 went out to each of those lucky players.
Yeah, me and Jordy were actually able to be live during that game day bingo, as that was going down during our happy hour game day bingo, which is always a lot of fun from 4 to 6, as we actually ended off that 4 to 6 happy hour game day bingo yesterday with a game of Pilot Payday, as we gave out $2,500 to Tata over at Carboni's. Congratulations to you, Tata, taking home that awesome win. I feel like I have to say it that way, just because it makes it more fun.
Well, nicely done, as we've got our first win here, as Blinn Mikey over at the Steve-O's is taking home that great prize, $17. Pretty sure that's supposed to be Blind Mikey. They've been out playing this past few weeks, so good to see it out there. And make sure you switch that player name over if you want to take home some of these great game day bingo points to go towards the ones you've already earned.
Absolutely. Big time player out there that's always getting wins. As we now have that minor prize clicking up to 54 balls or less, already at $152. Should be a lot of fun as we get after it in this live bingo. And if you guys enjoy playing Pilot games and matchups, do us a favor and show us some love by giving our Facebook page a like and follow. Just search up Pilot Games and look for our logo. Our logo has changed as of recently, as it now looks like it's a giant fun P with multiple lines running through it. I think it's a fun new logo. So check it out. You can also see on that Facebook page, once you click on that logo, weekly bingo schedules, event details, reminders, big progressives, player pictures, and more. You can also check out the website link on that Facebook page, as you'll be clicking right onto our link tree. Our link tree has all the info you need, including a link to our bar locations tab that opens up a map that shows you all the pinned locations where you can play Pilot games. Our other social media links connecting you to the likes of Twitter and Instagram, and even more there as well. Should be a lot of fun as we get after it. Sadly, there's no MySpace link. I don't even know if MySpace still exists.
I don't think so.
It doesn't. It's been completely shut down at this point.
I have no idea. I've never looked at MySpace.
I've never looked at MySpace either, but I like giving a little shout out every once in a while.
It's one that I wish we had, as I really like the concept of being able to have a song play on your profile when someone visits. I very much appreciate that.
That's
I wish that we
cool.
could bring that back.
Yeah, I like that that Instagram has added the feature of adding songs onto their posts, and even if it's a photo post, you can get songs on it, and I think it adds adds a lot to the viewing experience of whoever you're watching, because you understand what kind of mood they were in while they were going through these photos.
Absolutely, a super fun one. And if you want to go through all of our photos, go onto that Facebook page and stay up to date with Pilot Games. You can stay up to date with our weekly bingo schedules if you just stick around and listen up, as we are going to be running through the entirety of that schedule for you guys right now. Each and every day, you get your game day bingo started off at noon, as it goes all the way till 1 p.m., just like what we're playing right now. At 1 p.m., Ian and I will be going off air, but you'll have your first chance at Lucky 4 bingo for the day right at 1 p.m., as that has over $65,000 and growing, as you guys will be getting enrolled at that 1 p.m. game.
The largest jackpot available today will be in those Lucky 4 games, as we then hop into more game day bingo after that, running from 1 all the way till 4 p.m. You'll get your final shot at Lucky 4 bingo at 4 o'clock, maybe another shot at $65,000 if it didn't go out at 1 o'clock.
That's right, as you guys definitely want to be coming around for that 4 p.m. chance at Lucky 4 Bingo, because it leads you right into what may some call the happiest hours of the day. From 4 to 6, you play some great happy hour game day bingo that goes through those awesome rounds that'll award you those minor, major, and mega jackpot prizes. So make sure you guys stick around from that 4 to 6 time before you'll have your final chance at Pilot Payday for the week today at 6 p.m. You guys can check out Pilot Payday every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 6 p.m. to try and take home this $2,500 prize for yourself. It's on a 10-cent card, and so it's definitely doable, as we aim to have a lot of fun and give out that jackpot prize to one of you lucky players.
Yeah, after today, it switches back to Lucky 4 Bingo
That's
at
right.
6 p.m. Saturday all the way through Tuesday. But after that, you'll play Game Day Bingo running from 6 all the way till 10 p.m. to finish off your live bingo night. But we do like to interrupt that 6 to 10 Game Day Bingo twice a week with PGL Specialty Nights. Our first PGL Specialty Night coming up next week will be MegaSota Game Night. That gets started at 6:40 every single Tuesday night. You can have a lot of fun there, competing for huge PGL points, as well as great cash prizes, like the Jackpot Jungle Grand Finale prize that sits at $27,688. You can take home in 54 balls or less. It's definitely a great opportunity there.
Absolutely. It's going to be a lot of fun, so come on out for every PGL special night we have to offer, whether it be that MegaSota game night or our Wild Wednesdays that come to you live each Wednesday at 7 p.m. It's a lot of fun, as Ian and I get the privilege of running through some tournament-style games that'll award you those great PGL points and some even better jackpot prizes. We are even able to give out a jackpot prize of about $108 out to great player DNR just on Wednesday night, so make sure you guys come on out, as we aim to highlight all you lucky players as you take home those great jackpot prizes.
It's always a lot of fun. We do have M&M Train over at the Duffy's Bar and Grill Aseo. Take it home $21.40 in our game number 2 of Game Day Bingo. Congratulations to you, M&M Train, as we now get enrolled into this next game. This next matchup will have a minor jackpot. Click it up from 54 to 56 balls or less. Definitely a great opportunity there as we get enrolled into this next game. I would like to be on the M&M train. Which M&Ms would you like to be surrounding you on the M&M train?
Dessert, for sure. M&Ms.
Huh?
The dessert M&Ms?
That's a kind? That's a flavor?
What?
Said what kind of M&Ms would you like surrounding you on the M&M train?
I thought you meant, like, would you rather have, like, the wrapper M&M? Would you rather, like, what kind of M&M?
No.
And I said the candy for sure. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Probably peanut.
Peanut M&Ms?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are the best. In my opinion as well. I think those are the best ones. I would choose to be in the same caboose as you.
Absolutely. My top M&M flavors go peanut, then classic, and then probably the pretzel.
The pretzel. That's a good one. I'm a big fan of the pretzel as well. I do like the peanut butter M&Ms as well.
I really don't.
You're not a big fan of them?
Mm-mm.
I'll probably go peanut, then peanut butter, then pretzel, then regular. I'm not a huge fan of the regular.
I love the regular. Ooh, actually, let's sub out that regular at number 2 and put in the minis.
The minis. Now you can talk to me about the minis. Those are
I
in those
love
little
shooting
in
back
those little
that
tubes.
tube, yeah.
Yeah, it's like taking a shot of good sugary goodness. We got just 15 seconds to get enrolled into this game 3, and as we get after it, we do have some fun national days to talk about. As our first one is Substitute Educators Day. American Education Week wraps up recognition of teachers and administrators by recognizing Substitute Educators Day. The event occurs the Friday before Thanksgiving each year and highlights the important role substitute teachers play in education.
Absolutely. I was a big fan of having substitute teachers on the random days throughout school, and I even got to make some really great connections through my substitute teachers who were just working professionals within our education system in general. And so, because I made a lasting impression while they were substituting for me, they put in my name for a good word and other opportunities throughout the school, and I hadn't even realized the networking that I had been doing.
Oh.
And so, it's really a fun one, and I have a lot of great memories from my substitute educators on today.
For sure, for sure. Especially those substitute teachers that would take over for like months at a time at their classes. They would have to become basically teachers at that point due to whatever circumstances it may be that teacher wasn't able to be actually teaching the class. Those people became intricate parts of those classes throughout the high school and middle school experience. I think even the people that came in for just a day, and a lot of them were repeat substitute teachers
Yes.
that would come
Pop
in.
up all over the place.
Yeah, you would be like, oh, they're my PE teacher one day, then they're my English teacher the next day, and especially the good ones, they were always really, really fun to have around, and always appreciate that. My craziest substitute teacher, as he was a super fun gym substitute that I'd get all the time, is actually the Green Bay Packers coach father, as Matt
Love that.
LaFleur, the head coach of the Green Bay Packers, grew up in my hometown, and so I ended up getting his dad substituting all the time, and I got so many stories about him and his brother, who they both coach in the NFL, as I was a football nerd, so I was always talking about them. He's a legendary high school coach of his own throughout the years, but just funny little famous substitute that I had. Not famous, but related to a famous person that a lot of people, you guys know out there in Minnesota, as you're so close to Green Bay.
Absolutely, that's super fun. My craziest substitute teacher would have to be a reoccurring chemistry substitute that I had about my sophomore year in high school. He was a fairly larger man. He was a little bit older, and he had years of stories that he loved
That's
to tell.
awesome.
And one specifically was that he survived a shark attack.
Whoa.
And he had a scar that ranged from the top of his sternum all the way to the back of his hip, because that's where it clamped on to his whole torso.
Wow, that's crazy.
Crazy story.
Definitely a ridiculous one. We got Matthew over the Club New Yorker and Blinn Mikey over at Steve O's, splitting up $25.80 on our must-go win in this game. Congratulations to both you, Matthew and Blinn Mikey, as we now get enrolled into this next game. Next game includes a minor jackpot at 58 balls or less. Should be a lot of fun as you guys continue to get enrolled into this upcoming matchup. But shout out to all the substitute educators. A lot of them leave lasting impressions on the kids that they help out throughout the years, and we shoot a bunch of luck to anybody that has or is a substitute teacher on today, and hope to see you take home an awesome jackpot prize.
Absolutely. Just about 1 minute and 20 seconds to get enrolled into this next round. Grab those iPads and get enrolled, as we have a great looking minor jackpot at $226, as it sits at 58 balls or less. Definitely super doable getting into this next game. As we do so, we're going to highlight our next and final national day, National Cranberry Relish Day. And another seasonal holiday staple graces the table each year, and we celebrate this National Cranberry Relish Day to make sure that you're prepared. On November 22nd, we make sure that you're stocked and ready, so get tasting the many recipes out there and pick your favorite one. one.
Absolutely. What's your thoughts on cranberry relish? As I cannot say that I really have an opinion on this dish. I'm just not a huge relish fan in general, any kind of relish, and so cranberry relish is not one that I've necessarily partaken in any kind of recent time.
That does not surprise me in the
Yeah.
slightest, as I myself am a big fan of the classic pickle relish. Dill relish is
Oh.
definitely delicious. I absolutely love it on a hot dog. Then you come on over to this side of things with the cranberry relish, and I gotta say, this one is not my favorite.
Really?
I actually prefer the cranberry sauce that is cooked down and smooth. It's not just
Um,
like pulverized chunks of cranberry.
I
Yeah.
yeah. That's it. Yeah, I would say think I could get behind that one a lot more as well. As yeah, cranberry relish is just a little too chunky, a little too mushy for me.
Yeah, it's essentially cranberries, like lemon juice and a couple other additives that are just put in a food processor and pulverized, essentially. But I much prefer the cranberry sauce to the cranberry relish, as just this past weekend we were able to have our kind of starter Thanksgiving with Ian's side of the family, and I
Uh-huh.
got to watch his mom's recipe on her homemade cranberry sauce, as my family typically bought the can, but then would doctor it up a bit in a pan. But watching her take a bag of cranberries start to finish
Yeah.
into cranberry sauce, it gave me a great recipe, and I gotta say I'm very appreciative for it, and it's
Oh.
probably one that I will be carrying forward as well.
That's super cool. Yeah, that maybe one that we could prepare for your family's Thanksgiving and be like, don't worry about the canned cranberry relish. We'll bring some fresh made cranberry relish for you guys.
Hmm.
Well, this is a good reminder just to get ready for the holiday season, as we highlighted. I think it was stuffing day yesterday,
Yes.
and now it's cranberry relish as we work our way through the sides as we get ready for an uh, awesome Thanksgiving celebration on November 29th, no, 28th.
Yeah, absolutely. Should be some really exciting stuff. I know just yesterday my parents are preparing for our Thanksgiving meal next week, as we will be going down to my hometown. And my mom put me and my brother into a group chat so we could each give our opinions on what is our one must have Thanksgiving side that they can't get rid of, because we're trying to kind of play it down this year, as we typically go overboard with food each holiday. And so I said the classic mashed potatoes is mine,
Yeah.
and my brother said stuffing is his. And it was one that I didn't realize that he was such a fan of either. And the more I talk to people, the more I am just in the minority.
You are. It was funny because you were talking. Yeah, yesterday we were having the conversation before this whole entire interaction
Yeah.
happened, and I was like, don't put your hate for stuffing on everybody else. You're a very rare person, and it felt like you didn't realize how
I could
beloved
go
stuffing
forever and
is.
never have stuffing again.
Yeah, yeah,
It's so fine.
which is crazy to me. Stuffing is just ooh so good.
Oh, so good.
We got our winners here as Tiny and Matthew are splitting up our must-go prize of $34.10. Matthew is playing over at the Club New Yorker, and Tiny over at the Whiskey Street.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations to both of our winners as we get enrolled into this next game. There's no way Tiny is actually a tiny human being. I imagine him as like a 6'4", 270-pound man that has a full like looks like he's a biker type dude. That's who I imagine playing under the name Tiny, as I feel like that's the only way to do it. The only people I know that are nicknamed Tiny are absolutely massive human beings, and so I hope that's the case.
You know, my immediate thought was Tiny Tim
Tiny Tim, who's Tiny Tim?
from the Scrooge. Tiny Tim is the young boy, not the real person Tiny Tim. Tiny Tim is a weird person in real life. He's the one who sings Tiptoe to the Tulips. But Tiny Tim
Oh, he's the
in
little boy that kind of teaches
in A
that.
Christmas Carol.
Yeah, that has the limp with the cane and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah. Okay. Well, whichever you think of. Great job to you,
And God
Tiny.
bless everyone. That's all I picture of Tiny Tim. Just a little tiny boy sitting on some dad's shoulders saying that.
That loves Christmas.
Just loves Christmas.
Well, great stuff there. Great job to you, Tiny and Matthew. We do have 60 balls or less for this minor jackpot of $294. We still keep our eye out on that major at $4,679 and that mega jackpot of 11 grand at 46 balls or less. Should continue to be a lot of fun as we move on from our National Day list.
That's right, as we have some players that we absolutely need to keep our eyes peeled for from the Vikings going up against the Bears just this week in Week 12. That first person, obviously, is Justin Jefferson.
Absolutely. Even though he's had still a fantastic career, we've had a few down games for Justin Jefferson. We hope to see him kind of take off against a poor Bears defense. He averages under 100 yards per game against those Bears, and so we'd love to see maybe an 100-plus yard, 2-touchdown game from the best wide receiver in the NFL, as it feels like he's kind of gotten forgotten in that conversation. Not that he's ever really forgotten from that conversation, but let him reintroduce himself in this one.
Absolutely. We also want to keep our eyes out for John Parker Romo.
Absolutely. After Will Riker went down, we were able to see John Parker Romo play a really good game against the Jags, hitting from deep in multiple different kicks, and even had a decent time with the pretty easy day with the Titans as well. But we haven't seen him really in any kind of tense situations, any kind of high pressure type spots, and so hopefully we don't have to deal with that, and so we just have a dominant easy day for him where he gets to kick loose and not have much pressure on him. But it is something that you do have to keep our eye out as we head into this game.
Absolutely. We also want to take a look at Blake Cashman.
Absolutely, a guy that can do multiple things in this defense. He is kind of the Swiss Army knife of this team, where he is sent on blitzes. He can go out there and get from sideline to cover the run, and he can drop back and be a great coverage linebacker as well. Seeing him back in the lineup and getting back into the sway of things is going to be a huge part in our success.
Absolutely. We also want to take a peek at Cameron Bynum.
A guy that has been missing out on the turnovers over the last few weeks. He was a turnover machine in the beginning of the season, but we have not seen him get an interception in a while. Maybe he could take advantage of the young quarterback in Caleb Williams and sneak himself one of those picks as we try and put pressure on the young quarterback.
Absolutely. Well, what about Jonathan Greenard?
Speaking of putting pressure on the quarterback, Jonathan Greenard has been one of the best pass rushers in the NFL that hasn't been talked about. He gets after the quarterback with the best of them, and if he can get that top-tier pressure on Caleb Williams, that'll force him to make some mistakes, which would be huge in this game. So all these players are super important, as they are the star players of our team. Jonathan Greenard, Cameron Bynum, Blake Cashman, John Parker Romo, and Justin Jefferson. Let's see how they can keep this thing humming.
Well, we got our winner, just the superstar of this lunchtime, as we've got Blinn Mikey over at the Steve O's. They get to take away $51.60 on this great Musco prize. We are still looking to give out that minor jackpot. It's closing in on $300, as it will be sitting at 62 balls or less getting into this next round. Make sure you get enrolled. You do not want to miss out on any of the great game day bingo prizes we have here.
Absolutely. Get enrolled and press play. 62 balls or less, looking really good already at $370, and that's flying up as we continue to get enrolled. But we were talking about our Vikings, and we were talking about all the players to watch for this Sunday's matchup. Vikings in Chicago taking on the Bears, as we got to play them at 12 p.m., a little lunchtime game, as me and Jordy will be here for some lunchtime bingo on that Sunday. We'll be playing for the entire time of that first half of that matchup. Hopefully we can have some success as we play alongside you guys at whatever bar you're watching that awesome game go down at, and you can even send some luck out to your your Vikings by playing a great ETAP game.
That's right, that ETAP game is always available for you guys wherever you play Pilot games. You only have to grab those iPads and go and check out Vikings Victory. Vikings Victory is the awesome ETAP game that you guys can show your support for our Vikings while playing, and even checking out that Skull bonus round where you can end up taking home some huge prizes where all you have to do is pick the lucky letter. Definitely some very exciting stuff and a great time to go and check it out as we lead up to this awesome Sunday game day.
Absolutely. But right now, we're playing some awesome game day bingo. And as you guys play through these games, you're actually earning points towards the game day bingo standings, which have been so competitive so far this season. And so let's talk about some of those top players and some of the great points they've been able to earn throughout this season.
That's right, as we kick it off in 10th place with Mike at the American Legion Brooklyn Center. They currently sit with 86,000 points. 90,000 points exactly for 9th place, Fast Eddie over at Hiller's Last Call Liquor. Ahead of them with 93,000 points in 8th place, we've got none other than Yags 370 over at the Sidetrack, while 6'9 T-Burn over at the Lookout Bar and Grill sits in 7th place with 99,000 points. 100,000 points for 6th place, Maggie over at the Heartland University, while in 5th place we got Viddy at the Municipal Liquor Store Akeley with 104,000 points. 105,000 points right ahead of him in 4th place for Jer Bear over at the B&B Sports Bar and Grill. Third place is Brother Nate at Carboni's Pizza and Sports Bar, Burnsville, with 170,000 points. While cracking the 200,000 point club in 2nd place, we have Mimi at the L&M Bar. They sit with 211,000 points so far. And in 1st place, we have none other than Call Me Jen, just dominating this season as well, as they play over at JR Mac with a whopping 360,000 points so far on this season.
Great job to Call Me Jen, and all of those players earning a ton of points while playing through our fantastic games. As we now move on to our top locations, as 10th place is the Old Piper in Blaine with 160,000 points. With 183,000 points in 9th place, we got Daddy's Dugout. As 8th place is the Lookout Bar and Grill with 187,000 points. With 196,000 points in 7th place, we got the Sidetrack. As 6th place is the Riverboat Depot with 218,000 Game Day Bingo points. With 254,000 points in 5th place, we got VFW Spring Lake Park. As 4th place is Carboni's Pizza and Sports Bar Burnsville with 258,000 points. Not to get confused with our number 3 location, Carboni's Pizza, CR Billiards, as they sit with 286,000 Game Day Bingo points. With 302,000 Game Day Bingo points in 2nd place, we have the L&M Bar, as our number 1 location is JR Mac with 443,000 Game Day Bingo points.
Well, congratulations to all those players and locations that they've been helping out. Make sure you guys choose whatever location you want to help out and earn points for them, as well as when you get to take home these great cash prizes and points for yourself. We are just about one ball away from trying to give out this prize here, as we've got JC Heim over at Tammy's Place, who gets to take home that minor jackpot prize. $398 going out to you. Congratulations, as we have this $83.30 double Musco prize going into this next round. You do not want to miss out on any of the great cash prizes we have here.
Yeah, they were actually 2 balls away from taking home that major prize. A very close game there. But not too shabby taking home that minor jackpot. Like Jordy said, double Musco prize in this matchup. Just 2 minutes to get enrolled. But if you don't want to compete for a double must-go win, we actually have a lot of ETAB games that you can play as well. Over 70 different Charitable ETAB games that can be played at any time. We offer ample opportunities to win substantial prizes, reaching up to $1,500. These games feature low bets ranging from 50 cents to $5 and also include exciting bonus and free play rounds in those games. We'd love for you to check them out.
Absolutely, as I will be highlighting Crazy Acres on today. Definitely a super fun one, as you've tilled the soil, you've planted the crops, and the weather has been perfect. Now it's harvest time, and it's time to cash in on your big winnings. Definitely a super fun one on today.
Yeah, it's definitely a great game with a crazy farmer that you could take home some awesome prizes in. I'll be highlighting the space-themed ETAB game, Moonshot. Do you know exactly what happens in our world? Get ready to meet some of the lunar mysteries and venture through the space collecting the most precious gems in the galaxy.
Well, super, super fun stuff. Such a wide range of different themes to choose from. I guarantee you'll find one you love, even if it's just because of the great cash prizes that end up heading your way while playing. Go and check out all of our different e-tabs today.
Absolutely. But as we get after it, we do have another fantastic list of movies released on today. We highlighted a bunch of really fun movies. You said it might have been your favorite movie list of things that have come out on a singular day. And we even have more really fun ones to add to this list, as well as two movies that I'm actually super excited and I want to try and make the theaters for, as they both seem to be really entertaining.
Well, you'll have to wait till the end of our movie list to highlight them as we kick it off all the way back in 1989 as Back to the Future Part 2 came out on today.
The only movie where they go to the future, as this one is an entertaining one. As was it 2015 that they go into? I can't remember what year they jump into, but super, super fun one there. You saw hoverboards, you saw all that fun action. Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd star as the duo in this work, once again as the funny comedy sci-fi family work came out on today in 1989. I'm a huge fan of the entire trilogy of the Back to the Future movies.
This one is definitely my favorite one, as this is the one with the little black book of sports bets.
Oh, yes.
And Biff gets rich off of it.
Is that what it is?
And Biff ends up with his mom.
It isn't.
Is that the first one?
I think that might be the first one. I think that might be Back to the Future 1, because this is the. If I could be wrong. I get all confused. They all kind of can jumble into one movie for me, and so.
Let me read the synopsis of this one.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, in the zany sequel, time-traveling duo Marty McFly and Dr. Emmett return from saving Marty's future son from disaster, only to discover his new time has transformed. In this nightmarish version of Hill Valley, Marty's father has been murdered, and Biff Tannen has profited. After uncovering the secret to Biff's success, a sports almanac from the future, Marty and Doc embark on a quest to repair the space-time continuum. This is my favorite one of all time.
Yeah, this one is so good. My favorite's the third one, just because I love the Western themed in it.
Oh, for sure.
But the second one I like the second one more than I like the first one. It just gets gradually better for me, each and every one that came out in those ones. Great movie released on today in 1989. The next one we'll be highlighting, released on today in 1991, is The Addams Family.
Absolutely. This one I love. The Addams Family and Addams Family Values that came from the same cast. Incredible. This is another Christopher Lloyd classic, as he plays Uncle Fester in this one, as he is the only Uncle Fester in my mind. Definitely a great one on today. And before we talk a little bit more about the Addams Family, we do have a winner here.
Nick, over at the Shoreline Restaurant, is taking home the Double Musco Prize, $126.70. Congratulations to you, Nick, in this game number 7 of Game Day Bingo, as we'll now be getting enrolled into a game number 8. Minor jackpot, click it up to 54 balls or less. We just saw this Double Musco go out at 55 balls, just one ball earlier now, and you'll be able to take home that minor prize. We'll see if we can do that as we get enrolled over the next 2 minutes.
And as you get enrolled in the next 2 minutes, we're going to continue talking about the Addams Family movie that was released on today in 1991. This stars Angela Houston as Morticia Addams, Christina Ricci as Wednesday, Raul Julia as Gomez, Christopher Lloyd as Uncle Fester, and even more there. This is definitely a very fun cast that came together for this very iconic Halloween classic.
Absolutely. It's so weird to see the actor that plays Pugsley as a fully grown man, Jimmy Workman, as he just will always stay at the age of Pugsley in my eyes. But this is very iconic, a great spooky movie that came out. I don't even know if it's spooky, but it's a Halloween kind of family horror that is really
Technically,
enjoyable.
it was just supposed to be the contrast to the Atomic American Family.
Oh, okay.
And this was just supposed to be like the flip side of the coin to the white picket fence American Dream.
Ah, which it's not though.
Well, you have like the woman is the matriarch of the family and he's the doting husband, and
Yeah.
the kids are very much the opposite end of like the American spectrum. Like it's supposed to be a take on like a
No, it is. It is definitely. But when I think of the exact opposite, I'm just like that. I feel like that's not the exact opposite. But I do get what you're saying now that you say all
Yes.
that because
I didn't want to go too
get too
in
far
deep with
into it. But that's super fun. The Addams Family, released on today in 1991, an absolute classic. Is this your favorite Christina Ricci work?
No, Addams Family Values.
Really?
Oh no, actually Casper is probably my favorite Christina Ricci movie.
Really? There
Yeah.
you go. Okay. Well, fun stuff there. Addams Family.
Oh, but Penelope. I just made Ian watch the movie Penelope that
Hilarious.
stars Christina
Hilarious.
Ricci.
Would not
and
pass on today's. in
man,
today's.
oh man, were those jokes outdated.
Yeah. Crazy movie.
I loved it as a kid. I can't believe I watched it that young.
Well, moving on. Next movie actually released same day, same year. We got another one of Jordy's favorites, 1991, Beauty and the Beast. That has Angela Lansbury playing Mrs. Potts. You have Belle, voiced by Paige O'Hare, and the Beast, voiced by Robbie Benson.
I loved this movie growing up. This was my favorite of the traditional Disney princesses.
I gotta say, all the princesses movies do such a good job at creating very likable side characters. Whether it's the mice in Cinderella, it's the dwarves in Snow White, or it's the random
it's
appliance.
Flounder, Sebastian.
Yeah, Flounder,
and-
Sebastian, or the just random house items that come to life in Beauty and the Beast. It's such a fun one. These may be my favorite though from the list, just from each and every the candlestick, the
Lumiere and
Cogsworth.
Cogsworth.
Yeah, just all of them were so good in Beauty and the Beast.
I completely agree. I gotta say, my favorite side characters are definitely Flounder and Sebastian. Sorry.
Oh,
But,
if you're talking about just like singular, yes.
either that or the raccoon from Pocahontas.
That's another good one.
I loved that raccoon.
But none of them had the mass amount of side characters that I enjoyed.
Yeah.
Because like literally none of the side characters that were the little home items I disliked. I thought they were all so fun.
I agree. They definitely help carry the movie as they are such a pivotal part of the movie and the curse in general. It's definitely an awesome one. I really enjoy this story that's told. I like all the characters a lot. I really even liked the live action version. I think Emma Watson. I was very hesitant to like her as Belle, but after watching it, I very much enjoyed it. I like who's that Dracula Untold guy?
Oh,
Luke Evans.
Luke Evans, yeah.
Luke Evans. He plays Gaston in the live action, and it's so good. Him and LeFou have great banter together in the live action. Big fan of Beauty and the Beast all around.
Yeah, fun one. A great little animated princess flick coming out on today in 1991.
One of the few that I have like all of the sequels as well on DVD. Like they had like a winter sequel and like a bunch
That's
of other
so
ones
funny.
as well. And
A
I
bunch
loved
of
it.
like straight to TV type
Yeah.
sequel type deals. That's so
But no
fun.
one gave the time of day.
We
but-
do have loser and player splitting up that $24.50 must-go prize. Congratulations to both of our winners as we now get enrolled into this next game. This next game will be a 56 ball or less minor prize we'll be getting after, as we'll see if it can click over $100 while we get enrolled into this upcoming game. Just 2 minutes for you guys to do so, and there you have it, already over $100 as we get enrolled over the next minute and 45 seconds.
And as you do so, we're going to highlight the next movie released on today. In 1995, we've got the first Toy Story.
Yeah, this may be one of the best just like movie series, like best animated movie series of all time. Really entertaining stuff.
That's so funny. One of the top searches is what is so groundbreaking about Toy Story?
That is so funny. Yeah, it
Oh,
was the first entry computer animated feature film.
our
So
first 3D.
it ruined a lot of things.
It really did.
I
And can we talk about how bad the animation is in the first Toy Story?
don't talk about. No, we're not going to talk about it. That's not going to be something we hate on. I love the Toy Story
I
movies as a kid.
love the Toy Story. I had the video games. It was definitely a lot of fun.
That was a really good one. Best one's the third one. Even though I was too old to really truly enjoy it, now that I can kind of get behind it, I really like the third one.
Oh, I
Was
loved the third one in the
just
daycare and
oh,
Spanish Buzz.
it's
So good.
it's so good. I was 12, and so it was like peak me being like, no, I don't like kids movies.
I wanted the Strawberry Bear. I was only like 11, 12, or yeah, about the same age, 10, 11, 12, around that range.
Yeah.
And I wanted a Strawberry Bear so much. I didn't care that he was evil. He just wanted to be loved.
I hated that bear. I hated
He
that
smelled like strawberries.
bear. Just because you smell good doesn't mean that you.
He just wanted to be loved. He had trust issues.
Okay, yeah. If you want to feel bad, there's a lot of people have went through bad things and have done horrible things that we can't love them afterwards.
Okay,
Uh,
way to go too deep. This is a child stuffed animal.
he's evil. He kills. He mass murders a bunch of other toys. He is a
Mass murders?
yeah. He kills other toys. It's crazy.
I don't remember that.
He's a villain. He is a straight up villain in
Well,
that
you feel
toy.
strongly about this.
Yeah, I do, because he is very villainous, and it was a big portrayal in it, because you thought he was
Eric
gonna be
Van
good.
Dieten plays Sid in the first one.
You didn't know that?
No!
Yeah, he voice acts in that one.
I had no idea.
The
I
love
thought
interest from Princess Diaries, the first. Well, not the love interest, the like evil love interest from the
he's
from
just
the
the
first one.
popular high school boy.
Yeah. But you got Tom Hanks as Woody, Tim Allen as Buzz Lightyear, Wallace Shawn as Rex, Annie Potts as Bo Peep. So many fun actors and actresses work together in this Toy Story movie that came out on today in 1995.
Absolutely, maybe give it a watch. Now we have a hop, skip, and a jump all the way to 2013. As released on today, we have The Hunger Games Catching Fire. We have been able to highlight various films throughout this series in the last week as they have come out in different years, and so this is a fun one as this is the second installment of the Hunger Games franchise, still starring Jennifer Lawrence, Josh Hutcherson, and even Liam Hemsworth and Sam Claflin.
Yeah, really fun one. I think you start really getting into the nitty-gritty of the Hunger Games franchise. I think this is probably the best of the movies in my opinion. I think they did a really good job with this work and them reuniting with the family and then realizing, oh, we're going to have to go back and do it again
So
kind of
dumb.
deal, which
Yeah.
was crazy. And I remember the twist when it happened in the book. I was like, what? They're going to have to do this all again? And it was so exciting. It was awesome.
Yeah, no, as someone who very much judges on what's fair and what's not, I hated it. I was like, this is not fair. None of
Oh.
this is fair. None of this is fair.
No, that's the whole point. It makes you feel
Ugh.
makes you hate the Capitol so much more. I feel like in that one, as you already hated the Capitol.
As you progress and you learn more and more about the Capitol, it really just
Yeah.
deep seeds the hate.
Yeah. My favorite of the Hunger Games movies coming out today in 2013, Hunger Games Catching Fire. Now I got another one of my personal favorites, as I really enjoyed this work, as the soundtrack is one of my personal favorites, and that's the 2017 animated family fantasy work Coco. That is really entertaining. It's got some big voices like Benjamin Bratt and Gabriel Iglesias, and that's not even the people who really starred and made it what it was. Anthony Gonzalez, his voice as Miguel absolutely killed as the kid lead.
We do have a winner here as Big Bucks at the Celts Irish Pub in Rosemont gets to take home $21. Wow. $21 going out to Big Bucks in that great round. We'll make sure to get enrolled in this next game as we will have that minor jackpot already over $100 as it sits at 58 balls or less getting into this next one. Definitely a little bit more doable. But we were highlighting the great movie Coco released on today in 2017. It's definitely a super fun one on today. I love the voice actors in it. Benjamin Bratt as Ernesto de la Cruz and even Alana Ubach as Mama Imelda. I love that actress, and she is in such random things. Phenomenal.
Yeah, yeah.
Most recently, she's the mother in Ted.
Oh, there you go.
And I quote her all the time.
Yeah, she is great as that character. Next up, another animated work, 2019. We got Frozen 2, a sequel to the very iconic first Frozen movie. Kristen Bell as Anna. You have Idina Menzel as Elsa. Jonathan Groff as Kristoff. Josh Gad as Olaf. And other fantastic actors and actresses that voice within this work that follows up the extremely popular first Frozen movie. It got so popular that, it's got to be really popular for me to start hating on like a good movie. And Frozen was one where I was like, I know it's good. I know it's a really well done, but it was so overdone that I was like, oh, I hate this movie at this point.
I completely agree. We have watched it in different theatrical settings due to young loved ones in our lives. I've seen a couple productions of Frozen. I have watched the movie many, many times. I didn't realize that Frozen 2 had come out, and so I don't even think I've seen Frozen 2 though.
Really? It's worth the watch. It's one of the better sequels, I would say, out of like random kids animated works. It does a pretty good job with it. I agree though, it took me a long time to watch Frozen 2. I definitely watched till it came out on streaming platforms, and I was like, "Oh, okay. Now it's my turn to watch it." But Frozen 2, fun work, released on today.
Well, our final two have finally come as we have the two movies released on today this current year. Coming out on today in theaters near you, we have Gladiator 2.
Yeah, this one is a fun one. It's got Paul Mescal as Lucius, the main character, Pedro Pascal, Denzel Washington, Joseph Quinn from the Stranger Things franchise.
And A Quiet Place 2.
Yeah. Very, very fun actors and actresses in this work that follows up the first original Gladiator that was so popular that came out in 2000. I know I'm very excited to watch this one. I think we might have to go for a double feature, as this is one that I'll really want to watch, and the next one is one that I know that you'll really want to watch.
Both of these, yeah, I really want to see in theaters specifically. I feel like watching both of these movies in movie theaters is just like...
Oh, Gladiator
would be such a different experience.
Yeah, I agree. Probably both of them. And Gladiator is one that, because I think the next one we're going to highlight, I could watch at home and I could still find enjoyment. But Gladiator, just the cinema, the action and everything. Action movies in general for myself, I love to watch in the theaters because just nothing like seeing just like, I don't know, the action scenes on a big screen with the loud booms and everything going on around you. It's fun, but...
Yeah, and they even, I just saw there was an interview with Paul Mescal about his workout regimen, and they were like, so what did you do? And he was like, don't believe anyone that says they spend 5 hours in the gym eating nothing but chicken and broccoli. I spent maybe 45 minutes in there. That's it. That's all you need.
It's funny because if you talk to like bodybuilders, they say the exact same thing.
He was like, I don't trust anybody that says they go into the gym for more than 2 hours a day.
Yeah. No, but most bodybuilders, they're like, all you need is 45 minutes. As long as your diet's right and you're taking 45 minutes a day in the gym and you stay consistent for years,
you'll get your results.
Yeah. It's funny how that all works. Yeah, people like to overblow how much it all takes. And but Cool. The only way you can do that though is if you're on steroids. If you're on steroids, going to the gym for like 3 hours a day actually does produce a lot of results. That's just because steroids changes your body and how it
We're not
responds to
promoting
stimulus.
steroids here.
No, we're not. Even though I really would like to hop on them. We got Mr. Nice Guy over at the Benton Station taking home $27.20 on this awesome win. Congratulations to you, Mr. Nice Guy. As we now get enrolled into this game number 11. This game 11 will have a 60 ball or less minor jackpot that we'll hope to be given out, as it's already sitting at $182, and it's going to quickly grow as we get enrolled over the next minute 45.
Absolutely, and as you get enrolled in the next minute and 40 seconds, we want to highlight our final film released on today, this current year. Just getting released on today in theaters near you, we have Wicked Part 1.
Yeah, this is the adaptation from the very classic Broadway musical that's been going on for so long, and we get to see it now hit the screen, starring some really talented people like Ariana Grande, Cynthia Erivo, Jonathan Bailey, Michelle Yao, Jeff Goldblum, Peter Dinklage, and other really fun actors and actresses that I'm very excited to see hit the big screen.
I completely agree. I'm very excited. I'm someone that typically has a very large disdain for Ariana Grande, if we're being completely honest. But she has been someone who has been very vocal about being just like awestruck by this musical in general, loving Glinda the Good Witch and just everything that has to do with Wicked. And so I'm very excited to watch her finally be able to be in her dream project.
And also, like, you can't deny the voice that Ariana Grande has, and for her to go out there and be in a musical, you're like, okay, like, I think that adds to, like...
I would like her more if she had just stuck to Broadway and to, like, what her authentic dreams were.
Done, yeah, musicals and all that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
I think she's gonna do a good job. I think both actresses are gonna do a really good job in this work. I'm excited to see.
Because you see, like, Christina Chenoweth, as she was the original Glinda, not the original, but she was this past Glinda the Good Witch for the last 20 years on Broadway, and you see that she has this illustrious career in Broadway, as well as then she went on to being an actor in some things. And I feel like I would have much rather seen Ariana Grande's career take that track.
She made a lot more money doing the way she did it.
Absolutely she did, but
yeah.
she lost a fan here.
She lost a fan. You liked her back when she was, Kat? Is that what her name was? Back...
Barely. I liked her when she had, like, dark brown curly hair and she was posting videos on YouTube singing.
There you go. You go. Well, fun stuff. A long list of movies that were released on today. But right now we're playing some wild-themed game day bingo. So we got to talk about the game that just went down as Frederick Gaudreau had 2 goals and an assist as the Minnesota Wild beat the Edmonton Oilers 5-3 on Thursday night. Kirill Kaprizov assisted on Boldy's goal in the first period, extending his point streak to 7 games. Matt Boldy, Marcus Foligno, and Marcus Johansson also scored for the Wild, who won 5 of their last 7 games. We also saw Marc-Andre Fleury stop 29 of the 32 shots on goal.
Absolutely, as we are aiming to get another win under our belt just this upcoming weekend, as tomorrow we have a game and it's happening right in the smack middle of the afternoon at 3 p.m. as we go up against the Flames. Should be some really exciting stuff for our Wild, as hopefully we can take the heat and scorch out their Flames.
Absolutely. Another way we celebrate our Wild is by playing our Wild Wednesday specialty nights. Those Wild Wednesdays are always a lot of fun, and we got our top players in those Wild Wednesdays as well as MegaSota game nights as they earn PGL points. And let's hop into these PGL standings.
That's right. As 10th place is Jim P. at the Third Crossing Bar and Grill with 1,062,565 points. 1,155,295 points for 9th place Drumski at the Underground Bar and Grill. 8th place is Mad Dog at the Lincoln Depot with 226,105 points. 7th place is Cal Peace at the Dayton Bar and Grill with 1,255,870 points. 6th place is Rakuda. They play at the Devo Sandbar with 1,287,195 points. Then ahead of them with 1,331,435 points in fifth place, we've got Nelly at Brian's Bar and Grill. Fourth place is Keese over at the Midtown Bar and Grill with 1,341,234 points. Then with 1,362,474 points in third place, we have Sloppy at the Malone's Bar and Grill. Before I hop into those top two, though, we do have a split win here.
Oh, yeah, we got Santo as well as CW. They're going to be splitting up that $37.70 Musco prize. A great Musco prize going out in this game, number 11. We'll now be getting enrolled into me and Jordy's final game of Game Day Bingo that we'll be live with you guys for during this lunchtime. As we do have a fantastic minor jackpot we'll be getting after, sitting at 62 balls or less, $238, and that's still growing as we get enrolled over the next minute 30 seconds. That major prize is looking good as well, $4,956, 52 balls or less. We'll keep our eyes peeled as we get after it.
Absolutely, but I left you right on the hook as I had a top two to highlight. As in second place on the player standings for the PGL side of things, we've got Bazzy Blings. They sit over at the Wheelhouse as they currently have 1,456,925 points. Then our number one player in the PGL League, we have Hermie over at the Atomic Star Tavern with 1,773,330 points.
Well, great job to Hermie and all those great players. Moving on to the location side, as 10th place is the Blue Brick of Mankato, sitting with 1,357,000 points. With 1,535,000 points in 9th place, we got Devo's Sandbar in Gilbert. 8th place is Malone's Bar and Grill in Maple Grove, with 1,556,000 points. With 1,564,000 points in 7th place, we got Brian's Bar and Grill in Stillwater. As 6th place is the Wheelhouse in Anoka, as they sit with 1,592,000 points. With 1,940,000 points in 5th place, we got the Midtown Bar and Grill in St. Cloud. As 4th place is the Atomic Star Tavern Mankato, with 1,953,000 points. With 2,045,000 points in 3rd place, we got the Boulevard Bar and Grill Coon Rapids. As 2nd place is the Third Crossing Bar and Grill in Frazee with 2,096,000 points. With 2,655,000 points in 1st place, the number one location in these entire PGL standings is the Underground Bar and Grill in Mankato. Great job to all those locations. Some great winnings there, as we love being able to play through those PGL nights.
Absolutely, and if you guys are having a blast on those PGL specialty nights, having fun playing our daily bingo, or having fun playing with our eTab games, we would love to see it. You guys can snap those player pictures and send them directly to us onto our Facebook page, onto any of your own social medias using a hashtag PilotGames, or you can even email them to jackpots@pilotgames.com, as we love to scoop up all those different player pictures and showcase you any way we can.
Absolutely, absolutely. Happy birthday to anybody who is celebrating their birthday on this November 22nd. You share a birthday with Rodney Dangerfield, Billie Jean King, Jamie Lee Curtis, Mark Ruffalo, and Scarlett Johansson. So you got some great names alongside with you guys that we get to highlight, and some of me and Jordy's personal favorites, especially good old Jamie Lee Curtis, as we are big fans.
Absolutely, that is an awesome one on today. Maybe hopefully you guys can come on out and celebrate your birthday by playing Pilot Games and taking home one of these jackpot prizes for yourself. We would love for you guys to come on out and show your support for all of the different things we have going on here at Pilot Games, whether it be our live bingo, our eTabs, or going and showing your support for all of our different Minnesota sports teams. We've already highlighted the different eTab games that we have to support our Minnesota Vikings, our Minnesota Wild, but we would be remiss if we didn't highlight the great eTab game that supports our Minnesota Twins. They are in their off season right now, but we are just itching for spring to come around the corner and for you guys to have a lot of fun playing Twins Win in the meantime. You guys can even check out that Home Run Derby bonus round, where all you got to do is pick a lucky batter, take home some Grand Slam prizes. prizes. Definitely a lot of fun and a great way to show your support.
Definitely a great one there to be able to highlight. As we are coming down to the tail end of this game right here, we do have a quick player spotlight I'd like to get into. As Purd over at Ditto's Bar and Grill took home $9,393. And over at Ditto's Bar and Grill, they support the Knights of Columbus Council 1474 in Albertville. Their mission is to invest their time, effort, and resources into the values of charity, unity, fraternity, and patriotism. A really great reminder for you guys, as we do have a winner right here.
Big Bucks over at Kelt's Irish Pub takes home Big Bucks as $246 heads out to you. Congratulations on this final round of Game Day Bingo. Stick around for a little Lucky 4 Bingo with over $65,000 on the line. And remember, when you play Pilot Games, your community wins.